areas be doing more measures such as shelter in place?
I think they actually are doing a lot. I mean, I know New York is working very diligently, been very strong. I assume San Francisco is one of the areas, and Los Angeles, and state of Washington, obviously, that's one that has to be up there. They're all working very hard to quarantine, or words just about the equivalent of quarantine.
What is your plan, sir, for government workers? Are you moving for the government as well to start doing more teleworking?
We are, and we're using the medical term of telemedicine, and it's been incredibly busy and really, where people don't have to, I mean, some people can't do it anyway. They can't get up, they can't see a doctor. But we're using this, and it's been telehealth, different names, and I will tell you that it's been really successful. It's helped a lot of people out where they don't have to, and they can't, and even from a safety reason, if they are positive, if they are feeling poorly, they can't do it, or we don't want them transmitting anything to anybody else.
Mr. President, if I could, on China, they reported for the first time since the outbreak no new cases over a 24-hour period. Do you have any reason to disbelieve them? And second to that, the National Security Council yesterday put out a tweet very critical of the Chinese government, saying the Chinese Communist Party suppressed initial reports on the Chinese virus and punished doctors and journalists, causing Chinese and international experts to miss critical opportunities to prevent a global pandemic. Could you expand?
Well, it would have been much better if we had known about this a number of months.
I didn't post this in the whale cruise. It's too risky, so I don't want to hear nothing about it. If there's something I think's risky and I don't want to post it, I'm not going to post it.
Months earlier, it could have been contained to that one area in China where it started. And certainly the world is paying a big price for what they did, and the world is paying a very big price for not letting them come out. Everybody knows that. We all know that. As far as believing what they're putting out now, I hope it's true. Who knows? But I hope it's true. I really do.
Quickly, a question for you, and then also for the doctor, if possible. You've been talking about China quite a bit, and you've been talking about the Chinese virus, how if you had heard about this on day one and had more information, possibly you could have stopped it.
Big difference.
Are you thinking about any types of repercussions for China, and are you also rethinking sort of the supply lines for our manufacturing industry?
I don't want to comment on that right now. Yeah.
Mr. President, I have a question for you and also a question for Dr. Birx. If you, American workers across the country are losing their jobs at an unprecedented rate, and your former economist said we could see some of the worst job numbers ever. Is the government prepared to see this spike in unemployment?
Worst case scenario, you would have terrible job numbers. If we can get this thing wrapped up and finished earlier, things will go very nicely. And one of the things they're working, as you know, one of the elements that is being worked on very much so in the Hill is to keep the jobs going, so that when we do get rid of the virus, we're going to be able to just really, I think, go like a rocket. I think the economy is going to be fantastic. Now, when he said that, he was using that as the ultimate bad outcome. I don't think.
Guys, if I don't think something, if I'm not sure on something, I'm not going to post it. I don't want to hear complaints just because there was one trade in a month that I haven't posted because it was a little risky. So, guys, come on. Give it a break. Do you know how many signals I've been posting and how many fucking killer trades we've been having? Give it a rest. You guys, we've been killing it. One trade I don't post. I don't want to hear shit.
Go ahead.
Members of Congress are now being tested positive for. Members of Congress are now being tested positive for coronavirus, and you have almost 24 who are self-quarantining. Do you have any guidance for Congress? Should they?
I know all of them, and I don't know if
my mom's been in the hospital in not good condition. If I don't think I'm super confident enough to put it out there, that's how it goes.
Like you people are sitting, you're actually sitting too close. We should probably get rid of about another 75–80% of you. I'll have just 2 or 3 that I like in this room. I think that's a great way of doing it. We just figured a new way of doing it.
My mom's not doing good at all.
Too close. You two, you should leave.
Thank you for asking. No, I appreciate it.
But look, I know all of them. They tested positive. Hopefully, they're all going to get better. And it's one of those things. It's Congress, you know. It's one of those things.
Should they keep going to the Hill, or should they?
Well, I don't
is
think
there
they're going to
CDC
that. I
guidelines
mean, I
for-
know some where they tested positive. They're in quarantine, and I know Lindsay and many others they didn't test it, but until they got the result, they put themselves in quarantine. A number of people in Congress right now are in quarantine. They don't know the results. When they get the result, they'll either stay there and get better, because people get better. I mean, most people are getting better. Most, by far, you get better. Doesn't mean it's not a tough one. It is a tough one. But no, when many people in Congress have felt not perfect, or they met somebody that wasn't perfect, it turned out to be positive, and they've put themselves in quarantine. And I think Congress has behaved unbelievably well in that regard.
Mr. President, on the stimulus, sir, given what is happening to the economy, do you think $1 trillion stimulus is enough?
We'll know about that later on. We'll see what happens.
And
It
do you-
depends how long. So much depends on what's going on in this room in terms of the medical. If we can stop it in its tracks, the virus, it's plenty. If we can't, we'll have to go back and talk.
Do you support the idea of the government taking an equity stake in certain companies?
I do. I really do.
Which companies are you?
I'm not gonna say, but I think so. Look, people are coming in for money. In some cases, no fault of their own, but in some cases, where they did certain things over the course of the years, including buying back stock. You know, they bought back stock and they paid a high price for it, as it turned out. But maybe I view that as a little bit differently than somebody that didn't, than somebody that built plants all over the United States, of which there were plenty of them too.
Consider airlines or Boeing, or what are you thinking of?
We will be helping the airline industry. We will be helping the cruise ship industry. We probably will be helping the hotel industry. We'll probably be where jobs are created. You don't want to lose industries like this. These are incredible industries. You can't lose them. So we'll be focused on many industries. And I have to say, I can't say it strongly enough. We will be helping small businesses. That's where it's complicated, because there's a lot of small, you know, that's the engine of the country. We will be helping small businesses.
Dr. Hahn, Mr. President. These two members of Congress that have tested positive for coronavirus, these will be votes that you need to pass this $1 trillion stimulus package for the economy. Do you expect this to slow down the delivery of checks for American families? And are you considering any
No.
executive action?
There could be. We're looking at a couple of things that I could do. Hopefully, won't need it, but we can do. There's a lot of executive power. If we don't have to use it, that would be a good thing, not a bad thing. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. One for you, and potentially as well, one for either Dr. Birch or Dr. Adams. Right now, the economy is essentially ground to a halt.
Thanks for telling us. We appreciate it.
Stores have closed, travel has slowed down.
Go ahead. What's the rest of your question? We know that. Everybody in the room knows that.
The question is, how long should those who are either not working right now or business owners who have to make critical decisions, how long should they expect the state of affairs as it stands at this moment to play out? And for the doctors behind you.
We'll be able to tell you that I think in the near future. We'll see where we're going. You're going to see numbers. You've seen the graphs. You're going to see numbers, and we'll be able to let you know. I will say that the American public has been incredible for the most part, not in all cases, but for the most part. So you'll be able to see what's happening over the next, as we say, we had a 15-day period. You'll be able to tell a lot in a week or so, not everything, but we'll be able to see over a period of time.
And for all the parents that are home right now, and this is a question for Dr. Birch or Dr. Adams, who are caring for their children and are curious as to.
Yeah, I'm playing the Trump video. Actually, I might have to bounce here because I was late on, I forgot to pay my gas bill, and then I paid it, but they didn't flick it on, so I got no hot water, no nothing. My guy's here. And so I'm probably going to close this trade, and let's see here.
When might my kids be able to go back to school? What do you think is a realistic timeline?
These questions these people ask this man are retarded.
Well, I think all of those decisions are made at the state and local government level, and each state and local government has handled it differently. That's why we put
Little bit
out
of
from the
resistance here,
president's federal
so
federal.
gonna take my money. If
presidential
there's one thing we've learned, not just recently, but in this market, is take your profits, because shit can reverse on you. So let's see if I can limit out here. Boop. What did we make so far today? You know what? If I didn't get out the top, so be it. Okay, so I'm up almost 22 grand for the day. I'll take it. Stay safe out there. Thanks for your prayers. It's not looking good for my mom at all. And yesterday I pretty much cried all day, cried my ass to sleep, and just kind of absorbing everything. So I'll be dealing with that in the near future. So say you call your mothers if you still have them. Tell them you love them with all your family. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.